Hey everybody, it's Matt Deitch, designated broker at DPR Realty. A lot of times we get in a situation where we're waiving the seller disclosure statement and the seller, our seller or the other seller, doesn't understand their obligations and disclosure. You know what, guys? We have a buyer advisory. We have a landlord advisory. We even have a tenant advisory, a market conditions advisory. Wouldn't it be great if we had a seller disclosure advisory telling them their obligations under the law, what the seller disclosure statement meant? Wouldn't that be great? You know what? We do. And it's so easy to skip over. Don't skip over this, guys. Look at your seller disclosure statement and look at the cover page. Look at the title. It's an advisory for the seller doing disclosure. That's exactly what the cover page is. You skip that page or leave it out in the e-signature, or if you just tear it off, omit it, you're leaving behind the advisory for seller disclosure. Take a close look. It's got 3 sections in it, 3 powerful statements. The first one is, at the top, you'll see Arizona law requires the seller to disclose. It's the law. You guys, waiving the form does not waive the seller's obligation under the law. You can't do that. In fact, the next part of the seller disclosure advisory says here that the SPDS is a tool enabling the seller to fulfill their duties under the law. I've actually done another video clip on this subject alone where the seller waives the SPDS and they think they waive the obligation to disclose. And that is not true. In fact, the SPDS is a tool to enable the seller to disclose, keeping them out of trouble. Refer to my other clip on exactly what I mean by that, where that goes. Another set of questions I get on seller disclosure is, hey, my seller is going through a situation. What is it they do not have to disclose? What if there's vandalism? What if there's a murder, a suicide? What if there's a child molester in the neighborhood? Or the seller had HIV? What is it that we do not have to disclose? It's also on the seller advisory. Look at the bottom. Guys, the advisory must not be skipped. In fact, every single time you should lead off with it. Arizona law, the SPDS is a tool to enable them to perform under the law. And let's talk about what you don't have to disclose. These are very, very important topics that every seller wants to know. They need to know, and you need to advise them. That's why we have an advisory. So make sure you understand what's on that page, make sure your seller gets it, and make sure they go into the contract with a clear understanding of their obligations under the law. This is Matt Deitch, designated broker at DPR Realty. Today's quick clip is a quick tip for you in keeping you professional every step of the way. Thanks.